cool.
It's not the most difficult to execute combination, right? And they definitely are very competent players. So I think taking this away from Tundra is a little bit of a power move in this elimination game.
You're putting socks on something new, right? That's the biggest thing that I see right away. He's been so dominant on his Monkey Kings. He's been so dominant on his Hoodwink set.
Oh,
let's go.
Okay. So
it's been banned a lot.
It's been banned a lot, but only later on in the phases.
Yep.
We have just talked about how the meta is changing to team fighting heroes. That guy does it have even R button? I mean, barely. Not really. I mean, sure. Instead, it doesn't count. Instead of one, it doesn't count.
It's speedy.
Yeah. It's a first phase brood.
And they get the
哦哟，怎么回事？蜘蛛都选出来了，在沙王和小松鼠面前选了个蜘蛛出来。
This can either be like super duper aggro all out trying to pressure around it. Like, I don't know, do you think that the team fight that they have already sort of can deal with it? Well, it feels like they've already got some decent AoE for the spiders.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much about the spiders, right? It's just about the areas of the map that Brood can constrict. And 33 has always approached this hero in a different way than other players. Sometimes he even goes Blink, Orchid, things like that, right? It's just definitely a very flexible hero in his hands. But I am thinking about the Europe region.
蜘蛛不用 SK 去对线的，只需要蜘蛛到6了以后 SK 能够去就行了。就对线的时候，打蜘蛛啊，我跟你说，前几集的对线非常关键，好吧？最好是能让他到6之前让他很穷，像什么巨魔战将这种英雄就比较好用。一定要增加自己的线上长度。如果让蜘蛛很顺利的混到6级了，那就很烦了，很难处理了。不过有小松鼠加沙王这2个 AoE 非常强的英雄在的话，其实蜘蛛没那么好发挥，好吧？再往后面继续选 AoE 就行。防止小蜘蛛被直接清掉，所以ban掉了船长和小小。然后呢，还有一个马尔斯，好吧，马尔斯的2技能也是很快速的，一瞬间就能清掉蜘蛛的，并且抓蜘蛛非常简单，一个框大就让蜘蛛越不了地形了。所以我觉得下一手 Tundra 有可能会ban马尔斯，因为马尔斯真的挺好用的。虽然他们3号位已经有个沙王了，不过 FB 类的马尔斯是值得让他们沙王可以转位置的。我随便说说。当然，最合理的还是办巨魔，对吧？办个巨魔是最合理的，因为马尔斯和沙王他们是同一个人使用的。如果要转，可能熟练度不够。
They showed it in the first phase. You banned the Kunkka, of course, the Yopaj hero, but excellent versus Brood. The X is just way too good at catching it and splashes too much. And in a similar vein, you can say the same about Tiny later on in the game. His unlimited tree just cleaved the Brood and her spiders down. So the bans make sense. I'm just really curious about how they're actually going to approach the lanes on Boom now, because yeah, sure, it's gonna, we see they're off lane.
其实上个版本还有一个英雄是克蜘蛛的，就是白牛。白牛可以只要看到蜘蛛就能定他的位，并且他的冲的 AoE 的伤害也是非常的猛，可以清小蜘蛛。
Additionally, when there's a Brood in the game, it's a Brood game, but it does force you to play in a different manner, and I mean, I haven't seen a successful Brute defense.
Boom 的滚滚连续7局被ban，到底是为啥？因为 FB 类的滚滚猛呀。这个 FB 类你可以理解为是东南亚灵皇，好吧，差不多这个意思。他的滚滚和马尔斯是他的超级绝活。白牛会被蜘蛛那个魔晶拦住啊，不是魔晶，是 A 杖。A 杖的那个叫丝什么陷阱啊？就是 A 杖的那个陷阱的那个技能可以拦住白牛。
fall apart very quickly. I think Boom need to be super careful with these next couple picks and just, I mean, if that was the situation for you, Fog, obviously play for a really long time, do you go back to comfort on some other heroes?
I think you have two choices. You either stick with your game plan right now at Boom Esports and you don't get the Broodmother too much, you just make sure you have like a couple tools to deal with it, or you like really just make sure that you actually do address it in several different ways. You have like
那还有说丝袜陷阱呢，这么恶心啊！这陷阱带味道的。
So really nice they got it out of the way. I'm a bit sad that Boom have shied away from their Mirana strategies, and we know that it can't come out now because you do see this Hoodwink. I guess taking it away from Saksa is very important and making him just play something else.
Oh,
Sorry.
Changes.
光法
I mean, I've been wanting to see this hero more.
光法刚倍
When you pair it with something like Ember,
兄弟们
that hero's not going to be in.
读到了吗？下一手就是刚倍兽。
That really benefit off Shaka. Troll is another one that we used to see a lot. It's like one of the strongest lanes because you just always have these double act like the access to secure creeps and stuff. And
有没有读到的？下一手是刚倍兽。
Both Sand King and Hoodwink really benefit from the decreased cooldown.
Yep, that's for sure.
And now you've got the wave clear, right? You don't necessarily have to commit your Sand King to this Brood lane early on. You can just park your Coddle there for a very long time. And now your Sand King has flexibility to play them out.
What a weird draft.
Yeah, I did not think we'd go. I didn't even think we'd go this different
Yeah.
in the grand finals.
I mean, we just heard a couple of very smart brains saying that they thought that the meta was.
先别说万一不是，万一是呢，对吧？100多个英雄，好吧，100多个英雄呢，万一不是，那也是太不万一了。
Now also the Skeeter CK, also a little bit of a deny pick because it does also work very well with the Keeper of the Light, but Skeeter has performed great on this hero earlier this week.
Hero that just sustains
默克 CK
majority of stuff in lanes. Like even if you're getting hit by Sandstorm / Caustic, you're able to sustain decently. And Grim on the other side.
CK Grim versus Hoodwink and Coddle.
Skater 的 CK 啊，100%的胜率在这次比赛。
It's kind of scary.
A
Literally
lot of
saw
damage.
you cringe
Oh
right
my
there,
God.
feeling the pain
Yeah.
of playing this matchup.
No, so there's always a way to work around it, but these heroes can get burst from full, right? And the way that you play against Hoodwink and Coddle is you just pick anything that can jump the backline.
这下光法刚倍就不厉害了，要不就光法巨魔吧。 巨魔打 CK 还是可以的，骑上来一个旋风飞斧，对吧？
Possible Grimstroke mid. Whoa!
It could be.
Because that's something that Nine used to love. So alright, we're just getting the combo. They wanted the Coddle Bristle. And so that's another way that Bristle used to be another.
请把专业打在公屏上。
So maybe that's where they just want to park the Bristle and just, like you said, area control Brood. Bristle is the same thing, area control.
So Jackie Bristle, is that what I'm seeing here? Probably.
Looks like it.
No, you're
Looks very likely here with the safe lane Bristle Coddle. How do you feel like they've addressed the Brood Mother so far? Because they have also got some CK Grimstroke problems, of course, but the Brood Mother's still there. Do we feel
好了，这里要解读一下为什么我刚刚看到光法第一时间反应就是刚倍了。刚倍兽也是一个打蜘蛛，无论是对线还是说中期顶他那条线非常合理的一个英雄，并且用刚倍来顶蜘蛛这个东西是东南亚之前的比赛里面我没有见到过的东西。之前在那个虎牙杯的冬季邀请赛里面见过一次，然后后来的 DPC 里面我也记得见过一次，好吧？就是光法刚倍是合理的，但是在对方出了 CK 之后呢，我觉得巨魔战将其实更合理，就是这个旋风飞斧对于 CK 的幻象的一个，虽然一下子清不掉，但是它有一个致盲的效果，可能会更好，好吧？就是出了 CK 以后，我觉得可能刚倍不一定好，但是刚倍打光法刚倍打蜘蛛肯定是没问题的。
It's a lot of combo plays you have with the Grimstroke, with the CK stuns, double stuns, the siphons. You have the double nukes from the Brood.
好了啊，这个逻辑就是这样逻辑的。
A lot's changed during this draft, but I'm gonna say one thing that hasn't. Boom is still gonna play around Yopaj. 我相信这么多专业的解说，其实在解读这一手光法的时候，应该多多少少都想得到这个刚倍，但是第一反应是的，我估计没几个。 I feel like he's sort of, you know, a rolling boulder, and Yopaj needs to direct that boulder somewhere.
Speaking of rolling boulders.
Oh.
Speaking of rolling boulders, I like Earth Spirit. I like mid Earth Spirit here for Tundra if they do feel.
包括像我们这些观众也应该多多少少能想到，好吧？光法刚倍，而且也应该是按照我刚刚这个思路来的。那这一部分观众，我觉得就是之前在我这个直播间已经住了很久的老观众，多少能学到一些这些就 BP 的思路和逻辑。
We will see indeed. We will not see Batrider though, because that just got banned on the side of Tundra, as we mentioned. We need a good Yopaj.
刚刚想到了的，直接举手吧，装个逼，给你们一个展现自己的机会。选了刚倍，直接办了伐木机，上盘被那伐木机恶心了，呵呵，恶心了。
like I don't know about like deal damage, but be like kind of distant right now. I don't know. Like, I mean, his Snapfire keeps coming to my mind, but I don't know if it's good because the leash, the Soulbind can be frustrating to play versus in mid game. But
I must say also, I mean, we've got ourselves a score of 2-2.
下一首谁先选啊 ？Tundra 先选是吧 ？Tundra 先选，看他们这个中单是什么。而且这个蜘蛛其实还能配默克的那个默勇，好吧？默勇可以给小蜘蛛。办了个中单土猫。
Strong.
Too good.
I wanted to cheer for it, but now I'm not invested. Just kidding. Of course I'm invested. This is the grand finals.
All right, let's see. Because so far we pointed it out earlier, the Mars comes out, but so far
Mars
last pick has been victorious.
And Mars versus Bristle turns him around. That's the one way with this tier. You turn him around inside the ultimate. That can be really strong.
Also Mars versus Hoodwink.
Yep. It's definitely another one.
And all the trees gone, and again, squishy heroes, and we have a Templar Assassin. Okay, all on the back of Yopaj, all on the back of that Templar Assassin.
尤帕吉的中单 TA， 哎，其实我刚刚以为天辉就是我刚刚以为 Tundra 要选这个 TA， 你知道吧？因为他搬掉了这个，搬掉了火猫，搬掉了蝙蝠这种英雄，我以为他们要选 TA， 然后蜘蛛压制地图 TACK 控盾，结果他们选了个马尔斯出来。
You're scared of it in a good way?
Scared of it in a good way.
So I'm just gonna, because of the games that we saw, I'm just gonna.
这马尔斯选的，我觉得有点莫名其妙的。
On each team, okay?
Yes, yes, yes.
So I see a Mars Arena, and I see a Death Prophet ulti.
Yes. 2.
That's 2. Now on the other.
感觉可能是
I see an epicenter.
1.
一选代班
What about if Cuddle gets
对，因为我们刚刚有提到的这个马尔斯打蜘蛛这一个点。
Yeah, but it takes some time to get there. For sure. I mean, we don't know. Okay, Cuddle is a question mark.
然后 TA 其实也是一个清小蜘蛛很快的一个英雄。那你小蜘蛛拉在一起 ，TA 的那个灵能之刃这个折射是很轻松就能清掉小蜘蛛的。但这盘的蜘蛛是3-3的蜘蛛啊，他敢这么选肯定是有把握的。但 TA 折光也被小蜘蛛秒破，说得好。TA 折光被小蜘蛛秒破的前提条件是什么 ？TA 动不了，要有人能控住它，小蜘蛛才能围上去。但是这一盘小蜘蛛要破 TA 的折光 ，TA 只要身边有队友就不可能。为什么？因为他们的 AOE 能力很强。蜘蛛配骷髅怪无敌的，是的，就是那个大巨魔，原来的网怪，现在招骷髅的那个怪，招出来的小骷髅有一个范围加3攻击力的一个光环，并且这个光环可以叠加，配合小蜘蛛，那拆塔是超快的。
DP5, and it's not the first time we see a Broodmother this year, but it's the first time in a long time, and it's a meta Broodmother, and it's the first time in a long time we see Caudle Bristol.
I think a lot of the game, it's really what happens the first 10 minutes. Either this Bristleback will go out of control or not. But for Tundra, like Johan said, the Brood is
就是一堆小蜘蛛配合一个那个网怪招出来的那个骷髅，对吧？你一个不当心塔就没了，一个不当心高地就没了。
This hero comes down to really small things. Like if you don't get those first waves, if you die early on, and I think Caudle Bristol has great potential against Broodmother, but it's such a tricky small window, and it's like you play this Caudle or you play this Hoodwink, and Brood gets his thing going. All of a sudden you start feeding, all of a sudden these spiders take over your jungle, all of a sudden his mid lane, like things can happen really quickly either way. And I do think it's a very hard Brood game. I'm expecting it to fall flat because I do think this Caudle Bristol is something that
阵容哪边好，阵容肯定是都有的打，好吧？阵容哪边都是有的打的。不是在这种决赛的BO5上面，两边的 BP 已经做的都非常充分的情况下，就是看发挥。
Yeah, and on both sides we have Jokic on the TA. I think it's one of his comfort heroes. Like he's this very powerful TA player. And I don't think they have the best heroes against them besides the CK. Of course, they have the Grimstroke, but I can see them deflect their aggression.
一张网空了。
Can you talk about perhaps some of the mindset going into a best of 5? I mean, you said this statement from Broodmother No Tail is part of that has got to be the advantage of just being a game up at a best of 5, right?
I mean, you definitely butt clenching. You know, to be in a knockout game.
中路 TA 打马尔斯。
That's always going to be a butt clencher, and it should leave Tundra in a.
其实天辉方能破折光的东西还有的啊。什么吸魂巫术啊，默克默勇啊，马尔斯的魔晶啊，对吧？魔晶矛也可以破折光，还是有一点的。下路沙王打 CK， 其实 CK 的对线能力沙王是蛮头晕的。啊，真的往你脸上敲，然后打出被动，沙王有点遭不住。哎，这个灵巧的走位躲掉一毛笔。
Maybe it's a Faith Beyond. I mean, Faith Beyond plays everything, but I think they are used to these unconventional.
躲掉一毛笔之后，这个血量出现了差距。光法要把这个默克打死了，默克跑不过光法，怎么办？还有个仙灵火，还有5个魔棒。
Alright, so you said this
打成了一个空状态。
particularly the root method lane is super important. So, what needs to be happening here in that top lane?
I mean, Brood wants every point of XP that he can get, right? And he's already level 2. And
丝质重器减速加上毛笔一滑。
This is what this hero really cares about. And what Bristol can do.
哎，中路 TA 被马尔斯打得有点受不了了，有折光，大好级。瓶子正在运，折光马上要破完了。马尔斯的瓶子也在运，马尔斯会先拿到2秒钟。大家要注意啊，光法钢背，好吧，钢背兽就是。你有光法的钢背兽，千万不要1级的时候学刺，2级学被动。你要1级和2级的时候要有1级鼻涕1级刺，这个时候你的钢背才具备进攻性，配合光法在2级的时候有机会有那么一下击杀的能力。啊，这个地方大家要注意这个加点，好吧？
And when 9 rotates, TA all he can do is best case scenario he just pushes the tower himself and it can't really.
千万不要1级刺2级被动这样加点，太怂了，没有进攻性了。然后这个光法配你，没感觉了就。
On the lane to the Brute, we had the counter lane, and then we actually ended up feeding him 2 or 3 kills before his 6. Like we actually died to it. It's something that the new Brute is good at.
没有光法也可以1-2对0。我打钢背兽的时候，一般是什么情况？1级抢符的时候，很有可能会学1级的那个鼻涕，因为黏住人减甲，这个别人一般是打不过你的，在抢符的时候。 上路蜘蛛加上默克的这个默勇是让钢背兽不得动弹，直接击杀了一波钢背。下路 CK 打沙王，对吧 ？CK 是为数不多的近战里面打沙王比较好打的这种英雄。 这个对线啊，其他的还有像类似什么敌法师，因为 CK 的被动现在回血的能力太强了，沙王的那个腐蚀毒消耗真的消耗不动，然后打又打不过这个 CK。CK 没有对线的压力，所以先买了一个加速手套。正常情况下 ，CK 打对线，如果线上有点压力的话，他会先买一个铁衣头盔。
I mean, this first blood is a disaster for Boom.
Super disaster. I think so too.
Like they feel bad about it. You pick the hero, the counter hero, supposed counter hero, and you die.
知道不学被动，直接一套强杀。可能你们不知道，1级的被动挡不了多少伤害。像刚刚那一波的话，哪怕有被动，他也死。对 CK 动不了手，这一波沙王和小松鼠2个人是对 Snaking 的死亡先知动了波手。上路光法不见了，然后沙王加上这个蜘蛛加上默克又是对钢背动了波手，把钢背兽杀了。这就崩了呀！钢背兽如果上路站不了线，那就崩了。
Potentially, he needs to be on the left side. He needs to be on the lane.
主要还是高台那个眼看到了这个光法，他也去做别的事情了，离开这个线。不过有一句说句，真的对钢背动手，这光法也管不了他，是吧？
Once you get ahead, you zone him from the creeps, or if he goes for the creep wave, you make him pay every time.
还学鼻涕吗？
Wade never feels comfortable to go on the offensive. Is the brute.
Exactly. Oh, mid lane though. Grimstroke into rotation.
哎，
Big kill.
怎么跟你们说呢？
Oh no.
The success of that top lane allows Grimstroke free to roam into mid.
It's not just that.
那就主被动吧，好吧？按照你们这个说法，那就主被动，被就一直挨打就完事儿了。中路 TA 也是默克游走，加上马尔斯到6击杀了一次。
It's looking rough. But what's the Bristleback's items?
He got the ring of health, and I think he's getting boost flying on the courier.
He's getting boots.
I think so. I'm not really sure what was coming. That's not his courier. Never mind.
When he really needs that Vanguard.
Yeah, I mean he needs Vanguard, and they need to figure out something about.
剑指冠军这下是感觉指不动喽，这下感觉指不动了。但是这支 Boom 能够在世界强队林立的这个比赛里面能够拿到个第2，能拿个亚军，已经给人感觉已经非常不错了。东南亚第1中单就这。那除了中国区在这次比赛里面，他起码也是第2吧，世界第2没问题吧？
Oh, look at this. Top lane.
He needs some help. They are gonna be.
小蜘蛛咬光法，正面咬钢背，但是现在钢背兽有先锋盾了，没那么好杀了。
But they're fine. They're getting out. But BB's not happy. He can't play aggro. He's playing a passive Bristleback right now. And Saxa took over mid lane. It's very like clean gameplay.
不是，我问个问题，他被默克游走，马尔斯开大杀了一次之后，就否认他的实力了？你们是不是也太容易否定一个东西了？就比如说，小学、初中的时候考试没考好，你不会觉得自己就直接是个弱智了吧？ 还要发弹幕出来告诉别人，哎，我考试没考好，我是弱智，是这样子不？
Whenever this happens, that you see the Mars move away, he needs to make the punish mid lane, right? You need to push in the wave and kind of make somebody show.
He died before, you know, like a TA that dies once, he will not play like that anymore. He will just, it's true, he will just play on the jungle.
Tilt is real. Oh, this is really big run.
Yeah,
and we got to right. Cap.
Slows him down. He's not actually popping that haste rune just yet. They managed to pull him back in with the bushwhack. Immediately silenced, couldn't finish off the kill on Saxa. He's gonna pop that haste rune now. Big noob snaking. He's gonna be
被沉默了一手，极速符没能杀到这个默克，然后死亡先知也活着回去了。这波极速符没杀到人，真的感觉血亏啊！真的感觉血亏。
Yeah, but this Broodmother, again, I think what will happen, he's buying... Oh, look at his items. So he went for the mana boost and the soul ring. Full-on spam. And, you know, the new Broodmother is crazy. He's going Axe first, yeah.
关键是什么？刚刚那一波 TA 他是被游走的，就相当于还不是说自己没考好，是因为旁边那个逼想抄答案把你卷子抢了，所以你没考好。 知道吧？是这种感觉。
Stop it.
Like if you just look on paper, all the cores are good against Brood, but you know, Brood is a very like complex hero, has so much depth to it, and Tundra is showing it.
Yeah, and he gets another mana item on the Brood, and I think he's going to keep this.
比较好破折光的东西啊，推荐一个分身符。
The Vanguard tanking is doing work, extending his laning stage against the Chaos Knight.
Yeah, with any other item build,
幻象多段技能，多段的技能，都是好破 TA 折光的。
Vanguard just to extend his laning stage, pretty much helps his team, helps the TA play his Dota. Because you know you could look at Sacking as a greedy hero for early game, but instead he's like doing a team play.
Well, I'm curious what this Bristol will do in this game now, because I said he was going to be a dead pick, but hey, I'm not the Bristol player for this patch.
I think he recovered on like. Of course, he wanted not to recover. He wanted to play with advantage, but this is okay.
还有推荐一个英雄，好吧，非常非常好用。在你们打路人的时候，选个双头龙，看到人家 TA， 直接选个双头龙。如果人家是大哥 TA， 你直接往烈士路一站，这个 TA 直接到点，知道吧？他去打野你就跟着他。 然后液态火推他的塔，非常好用，你们打路人自己去试试看。
I mean, the DP5 is always a little bit of fake news, you know, like, that's just how it is. Like, you know, like you see like Mars DP, like, that's a Chinese combo, by the way, like Chinese Dota teams, they love that combo. And what is DP5? Like, is it really that he's gonna play against TA, he's gonna two-shot him?
Exactly.
现在刚刚被嘲讽到的这个 TA 已经来到了全场的第1经济。目前虽然是一个0-3的人头落后，但是 Boom 他们的经济状态还是非常良好的。开了个塔防顶住了这一波，蜘蛛在上路强推这个钢背兽的1塔，钢背兽是进行了一波反补。这个版本的大哥钢背有一定的加强，这个加强在于它的大招可叠的层数比原来更多了，也就是说它的攻击力的上限移速上限比原来更高了，这是这个版本大哥钢背比原来版本还要强的一个点。但是怎么说呢，这个英雄作为一个大哥，他始终面临的一个问题，中期压制打不起来的话，打到后期对面装备真的很好了以后还是比较容易处理你的，特别是像类似像 CK 这种英雄出到大引刀，骑你一下大引刀一开，直接破你被动之后你就被骑死了。
Show them some TI9 Dota, you know how to deal with Templar.
I agree. I mean, the bottom is free, right? Now Sanking just moved his way bottom, but that opens up the same play for me.
没 A 仗也不厉害 ，A 仗这个东西是大哥钢背必出的一个东西，而且是第一件在先锋盾之后直接要出的一件装备，这也是他在15分钟到20分钟这个强势期的一个来源装备。我操，33。这杀的光法没办法。
Stone cold killer right there.
That's just another day in the office.
Fake casting the epicenter. DP just defending bottom. Mid tower's gonna die.
Just doing it, but Skeeter the carry.
4-0开局。
AK sealing the lane.
杀王4接大招，死亡先知沉默在 CD， 所以没能够打断这手大招。小松鼠接着张网之后，两个人击杀了一个 CK， 但是后续呢，马尔斯一个大一毛死杀王，还有后续不？没了，留不住对方的酱油。
They have a big timing now on Tundra. They got the blink on Mars, and Grimstroke got some levels from those kills as well. So if he gets to level 4 Inkswell, they can go non-stop, and they're not gonna have BKBs yet on Boom. So I actually think the fights are gonna be super tricky.
I think Tundra did a huge mistake. The Chaos Knight shouldn't go bottom. Like DP would have held him by himself, but maybe he called him to it. I'm not sure. Just forced a bad death on him because the TA he needs to die. He really needs to die. He just gets fatter and fatter.
Does anyone know how it works with the Grimstroke ulti and the siphon? Can you siphon the guy who, after you click siphon from the Grimstroke ulti, like does it count as siphon is going?
这个 CK 在杀王的埋杀里面臂章也切不了。
4 siphons going instead of
是吧？
2. You know what I mean?
I think it doesn't work at all.
这波马尔斯来的稍微晚了一点点啊，早个0.5秒来，感觉他能框3个。
Oh, you don't think the siphon actually works in the Grimstroke ulti?
怎么说？上路小松鼠网住杀王刺中，玉母蜘蛛还走得动路不？走路速度非常的慢，但是他越了个地形，马尔斯跳过来一脚踢2个，一个毛回来刚被兽，杀王先被击杀，刚被兽再被骑，2秒的晕住刚被一丝血，再被马尔斯一脚踢死。哇，这一波对于33这个蜘蛛的帮助太关键了。
Grimstroke man, his timing is now.
Yeah, that's the fights Tundra wants. It could have been good for Boom. Tundra turned it perfectly.
Nine showing up without the ulti, just having the dagger.
这波蜘蛛被动四人支援，包括蜘蛛越着地形爬了下去，让 Boom 前期的这一大波的机会丧失了。
It's not hard to find them.
You see the spiders though. You see what he's doing with Brood?
Yeah,
he didn't make it for this one, but he was just about to, and he made it for the big camp, I think.
It looks like a
小蜘蛛还能拉过来封三角区的野， 对于 TA 也是一种经济的打压。但现在的 TA 其实已经，就现在来封这个三角区的野已经不太够看了，好吧？现在 TA 能刷的钱就非常多了，因为他有把跳。马尔斯开大抓死了个小松鼠，然后沙王这边配合光法以及 TA 过来跳刀一引力击杀了对方的死亡先知，沙王再跳上去 A 腐蚀毒减速减住 A 掉所有小蜘蛛，再引力再杀这个 CK 摇大，马尔斯过来一脚踢3个，默克默勇毛回来2个，还有没有说法？蜘蛛涂2个 CK 是在拉扯看情况。但是 TA 是帮队友，漂亮 ！CK 在拉扯看情况的时候 ，TA 一个普攻灵能之刃弹死了 CK。这能不能说是一波互秀啊 ？CK 就想残血切个臂章回来放一个那个混乱之剑，想晕一手这个 TA， 帮兄弟们再留一下人。哎，兄弟们，夜眼方的强势期来了啊！这段时间是夜眼方的强势期了。刚被受 A 杖，沙王跳刀 ，TA 有跳刀，这就是东南亚第1中单，怎么样了？现在还可以吧？不能因为一次被 gank 了，就否认他的实力，对不对
？And he got just the right amount of right clicks off to kind of turn the fight.
What do you guys think about the Aghanim's Brood? It's backfiring now, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like it's a snowball idea after all.
Well, it's like so. What he was trying to also do with the Aghanims, right, is the webs on the triangle area,
right?
Shut the lanes, play economy, like block camps and stuff.
He wants to shut down the map, but when you're losing fights, of course.
东南亚的 TA 一个比一个强，讲道理是的。说实话啊，讲道理是的，这个什么尤帕吉的 TA 啊，阿米尔的 TA 啊，什么盖比的 TA 啊，真的一个比一个强。现在蜘蛛还能破折光吗？跟你们讲了，蜘蛛要破折光，小蜘蛛破折光，起码要兄弟们能控得到这个 TA 才能破，控不到的情况下，小蜘蛛 A 拉上去 ，TA 2刀就 A 完了。知道吧？TA 这波远古也杀完就暗灭了，暗灭加上 A 杖刚被受以及跳刀的沙王，真的是夜眼方的强势期，好吧？看他们这段时间的强势期能不能把对面打死。哎，不对，他没出暗灭，先出了 BKB。So it's gonna be about the next Roche more than anything, and it's in the hands of Boom. No matter what, they have a very good Roche lineup. 蜘蛛想来打盾，但是 TA 有陷阱，已经看着他打盾了。怎么说这一波刚被受的机动性比较大，他准备踢回来，然后下路刚被受还在逼塔，下路的刚被受是在逼塔的。这一波 TA 是有 BKB 的，不跟你开玩笑，不跟你闹。怎么说？刚被受已经回来了。死亡先知大已经开了一半了，天辉帮一波5人物，想对刚被兽动手，刚被兽被这个诛杀陷阱给缠住了一下，他在跟队友汇合，队友在绕一个大后，刚被兽又被这个网给网了一下，怎么说？已经暴露了位置，看到了一个蜘蛛，天辉夜眼互换了半边的这个高坡。这波肉山团赢下这波肉山团的队伍将会赢下这场比赛。TA 上来开 BKB， 直接3刀带走一个默克，然后配合沙王的跳刺，再带走酒神的马尔斯。碰到 BKB 的 TA 没有任何的办法。诛杀陷阱埋在里面。TA 一边打盾，一边在利用自己的这个灵能之刃在看你小蜘蛛的位置，啊，一边 A 一边去就360度的去找你小蜘蛛。控盾方赢下比赛，好吧？这一盘我觉得 Boom 已经是10拿9稳。
No, I know, Kuro, I know that.
弹幕赶快道歉吧，不然要被 SDN 嘲讽了。你也太懂了吧！赶快道歉啊！
Of course he will get it, right?
He's going for Deso for now.
Unless he feels with Grobo, he doesn't need it.
Maybe he feels like the talent makes up for it. Anyway.
And Grobo.
Oh yeah, yes, Grobo. Oh, yeah. That's the dream.
真的不要因为一局比赛，或者说一次阵亡被游死了，就认为这个人就是个垃圾了。我觉得你们这样子想法太片面了，你们知道吧？太片面了。蜘蛛开始天女散花，正面有点打不了了。目前天辉方完全处理不了这个 BKB 的 TA， 好吧？他 TA 开着 BKB 跳刀上来要切你这个酱油就是2刀，而且大哥还帮不了。
Abusing the glyph mechanic and Mars, keeping the wave and the catapult alive. Now forcing Tims maybe to show early.
Getting a lot of damage. Tim seeing his opportunity to pounce, misses.
I mean, yeah, they have full control. Boom. For Tundra, I'm not sure what the brute can do.
You can look at it very simple, like now how can they fight the Tundra?
Oh, look at this delta split he's doing. What is this?
那2次都拉帕怎么说呢？别跟我说这些啊，硬杠没意思。哪怕是你们最喜欢的中单选手，都是至少输过2次比赛的，好吧？没有谁哪个中单选手你们最喜欢的是他妈的没有就打了1场比赛，然后赢了100%胜率。我也不说你们最喜欢的选手是谁，你们自己心里面有数，好吧？无论是国内的还是国外的，不管是哪个队的。
Sneaking. Oh, he's gonna be found. Only so many places you could hide.
I love that mechanic with the hoodwink and the verticality.
沙王刚被小松鼠。
Face of a stone cold killer.
They're chilling, man.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what this brute is gonna do. Like this BKB will do 0 for him. With this item build, it does 0 in my opinion.
I think C guys don't care about brute, you know. Sometimes early game a bit rough, but they're stone cold.
They already have the side blade on the spiderlings. You can't really do anything about it.
You two seem so confident about
这种局嘛，就相信油帕机就完事了。沙王摇大跳刺配合小松鼠再抓一次。 这波线好吧，这波线他在带就属于已经是正面完全打不了的情况下拿命在带线了，这个线是完全带不了的线啊，这个线是肯定完全带不了的线，离自己高地塔这么远。怎么说？丝质重器缠住2个核心，马尔斯毛回来了一个 TA 的输出，被墙挡了2下，但他马上就要直接击杀掉死亡先知。 死亡先知死了，马尔斯毛走 TA， 然后呢原地 TP，TA 再跳过来给他屁股上来一刀，没能打死。蜘蛛也在原地 TP， 哎，确实是没什么留人的能力啊。天辉方这一波是以4人之力，集合4人之力击杀了一个钢背兽。SDN 现在沙王的魔晶优先级这么高吗？是的。 魔晶的优先级是非常非常高，这波 TA BKB 在 CD， 但是他的折光没人能破。马尔斯倒下了，沙王一个跳刺，那 BKB 的 CK 也只能逃跑，他的幻象已经没有了，没有了幻象的 CK 就是没有输出的。进，这波打完可以宣告了。 好吧，刚刚是10拿9稳，现在已经是10-0开了。
I just want to leave like it's you guys were very confident about Tundra. What do you think went wrong? Like it sounded like you guys felt like they should have been more aggressive.
I was with Boom, brother. Like I thought if TA can free farm like this, he's gonna be fine.
Well, I thought with the Aghanim
had to go.
BO5拉满。 正如我所想，太好了！今天这个 BO5拉满，如果最后的结果是 Boom 能赢，那就更好了。这个世界需要一些改变，对吧？东南亚的队伍，他从来没有在世界上面取得过特别好的成绩，就那一年 TNC 拿了个 Major 的冠军，然后基本上后面就没有过了。 哪怕是那时候什么的 Orange 这些队伍，也就是 TI 打到 第3的一个位置。这个世界需要一些改变，好吧？还有一个 Manaski 的 DAC 的冠军。东南亚其实已经就弱了很久了。死亡先知直接被戳了一下 ，TA 直接打死。马尔斯举盾是顶住了 TA 的伤害 ，TA 的 BKB 已经结束 ，CK 的蜘蛛也死掉了，蜘蛛也死了。这不是经典奶推嘛，对吧？前排有个钢贝，有个 TA， 后排有个光把带奶。这让我想起了以前的那个液体，对吧？液体的经典奶推。
Tundra still fighting back. I mean, Skeeter finding the Sun King kill. I think this game is like almost an impossible situation, but they need to find something.
网住 CK 没 BKB， 这下出大事，兄弟！这个 CK 要死了就出大事了，被 BT 黏住了。马尔斯毛救 CK， 快救！还好光法也留不住这个 CK。
Rough. Look at the map now from Tundra. They're all in base and it's a nightmare to get out. And you have 0 vision and the Coddle has a gem and you're playing against TA traps. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, rough one. I think out of control. It's all about Boom's decisions now. They can do whatever they want. Yeah. They will just keep eating the triangle, control all runes, and wait for the high ground eventually. Probably with next Roshan. Maybe
next
even
Rosh,
earlier.
Right? Nah, there's 1 minute left before
they give him the fight because Tundra is playing properly. They are searching the fight. They know they need this type of fight. They can't get off the map. There's no more farming, no nothing.
Look at this. As soon as they get on the map,
Boom is ready.
Immediately they pounce. And Skeeter.
CK 这一波又要被逼 BKB 了，有点难受啊。这 Boom 的压制力非常非常强，你只要一打前我就来跳戳你，对吧？你只要这个死亡先知一路投我就跳戳你，然后直接把你秒掉。蜘蛛是买活的，买活死。啊，77秒买活死。CK 骑了一下钢背兽啊，不是骑了一下沙王，沙王吹风。躲掉了 CK 的这一波骑射，但 CK 的幻象没了 ，BKB 没了，游戏马上结束啦！双方打成2-2平。
It's gonna be a game 5 by the looks of it.
Yeah. Kerr, you've.
东南亚第一中单有问题吗？刘帕吉，我再问一句，东南亚第一中单这个兄弟有没有问题？
International teams. They're an aggressive team, of course. I thought we had them in some moments, but they just showed up better than us today.
GG being called. That means we are gonna go to
就这个兄弟，职业选手、职业队、中国职业队都觉得这个逼的中单很有东西，就一些弹幕一直在说，就这，是你们觉得，是你们看走眼。